What's going on, everyone? I just took delivery of my 2026 Model Y Premium, and I decided this time I would quickly get my car wrapped for PPF full protection. I was shopping for quotes just to have this installed and found it'd be about $5,500 here in Georgia, and instead I found TesBros DIY Wrap Club for a fraction of the cost. I cannot believe how good this looks. I have never wrapped a car before, and I'm saying if I can do it, then you can probably do it too. As you can tell, I went with this matte version, more specifically the matte stealth satin Avery Dennsion PPF. This kit comes with all the tools and the videos you need to install this yourself. I will say, when tackling this job by yourself, plan for at least 12 to 18 hours and bring plenty of patience. I installed this over 2 days and started early in the morning to avoid the heat as it gets over 100 degrees here in the south. It's very important to follow TesBros videos as they go step by step for each panel on how to install the PPF. If I had to give any advice, it would be to make sure you have plenty of room in your garage so all doors in your car can open freely, and use a couple of tables to ensure you can lay out the PPF. If you do not have any tables, it would be very challenging to remove the PPF from the paper backing. Also ensure you're working in a clean area, as debris can easily stick to the PPF and cause blemishes to your car. I had to leaf blow out my garage the day before to ensure it was mostly clean. Also, you'll need to wash your car beforehand with their included prep wash soap and use the included clay bar to remove any contaminants from your Tesla. I had done all this the day before to ensure I was ready to go in the morning. When mixing the solution bottles, it's important to follow their instructions. They recommend distilled water by first filling the blue bottle with 1000 ml and adding in their 5 ml of slip solution. The tack solution is in the red bottle filled to 800 ml, and the remaining 200 ml is the alcohol solution. I cannot stress enough to go very heavy on the slip solution when spraying down the panels and the cutouts. When pulling back the PPF from the paper, take it slow. Pull a little, then spray and repeat until you have the entire portion wet. If this is not moist, it will all stick together, making it challenging to apply to your car. For every section, make sure you spray down the panel with slip solution and squeegee out to remove any remaining contaminants. Then spray it again before applying the PPF. Make sure you take your time and tack down the corners with the red bottle to ensure the panels stay in place. Again, I won't go over all the specific details, but TesBros has more detailed videos on their site going over every panel should you need to look into it. This is pretty much how I learned to get this project done. I'm going to stop talking now and show you how the install went. On the final day, I had to take out my heat gun for some certain parts to ensure the PPF would stay on the car. Just apply for 4 seconds on high heat, then push down the PPF with your finger and it should stick. Overall though, for the amount of money I've saved doing this myself, I think it was well worth it. I now know how to wrap a car with PPF for the most part, and it's another skill I added to my list. What do you guys think? I'll have a link below showing you the version I got along with a coupon code. Until the next video, stay safe and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.